Hey there, it's great to have you back. I hope you are ready for some excellent tips on how we can make our conversations better. Let's dive in. The scriptures declare, let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that we may know how we ought to answer every man. Colossians chapter 4, verse 6. The scriptures recommend that the words of our speeches be flavored and spiced up before we serve them. That is a valuable advice to follow. The advice contains guidelines to help us achieve success. Firstly, it encourages us to examine our language and our conversation style. Secondly, it offers insights to the steps that we should take in order to have these conversations come out the right way and then we achieve the desired outcomes. These guidelines can be highly beneficial while striving for success in other areas of life without reviewing the words of our speeches. There's no guarantee that we will not end up swallowing those words later. Our goal in conversation is to create a positive and productive environment while building a solid and pleasant relationship with one another. It is worth considering that balancing speaking one's mind and holding back is vital. On the one hand, loose lips can sink ships, while on the other hand, being reserved can leave us feeling expressionless and ashamed. Let's aim to find that middle ground. If we decide to take hold of how we speak, we can prayerfully ask the Lord for help, knowing that the way of a man is not in himself. It is not a man that walks to direct his steps. So we can depend on his grace as we exercise wisdom in all we say. By taking the following steps, for example, we can choose to clothe our speech with grace and season our words with salt every time we speak. Number two, we can choose words that are firm, that encourage, that edify, that comfort. Number three, we can select words that build up. Number four, we can choose to nourish with our words. Number five, we can choose to leave others better off than when we first engaged them. And number six, we can decide to have lips as a tree of life filled with words that feed many. And lastly, we can choose to be friendly. When we have to reprimand or scold someone, we can use the sandwich approach. Have you ever heard about the sandwich approach? What is it? Well, it is this. First, say something that is informative and constructive. Then you offer the correction. Then say or repeat something that is informative and constructive to sum it up. When correcting a child, it is essential to use positive and gentle approach in correcting a child. Remember, you can achieve better results by using a kind and respectful tone rather than being harsh or critical. That would be a perfect place for the use of the sandwich approach. As they say, we catch more flies with honey than with a fly swapper. Pleasant words are better. A soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. Have you ever found yourself in a tough spot where someone said something hurtful that it hurt you deeply? It's difficult to respond calmly and reasonably in such situations, but a calm response can often help ease the tension. So, next time someone throws hurtful words at you, take a deep breath and respond with kind words to diffuse the tension. It is not just holding your tongue for a while, but studying to get an appropriate response before opening your mouth. Some may choose to differ. Some may want to go for it by throwing hurtful words back and getting themselves into a pickle or into an argument. But ask yourself, is it worth it? Arguments produce a lot of heat, but no light at all. Diffusing words like the following in response to biting words for somebody like a spouse is truly disarming. Thy lips, O spouse, drop like a honeycomb. Honey and milk are under your tongue, and the smell of your garments is like the smell of Lebanon. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 11. Responding in such a manner, instead of arguing, may save you from the doghouse. The scriptures declares we have the power to choose our words, and we know what is acceptable. We can speak well. The righteous man's mouth is the tree of life, it's a well of life, and it feeds many. A wholesome tongue governs that kind of lips. It maintains that tree of life. Even kings love them that speak right. For the grace of their lips, the king becomes their friend. The sweetness of our lips also increases learning. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and health to the bones. If we never offend with our speeches, we are considered perfect in the eyes of the Lord and have the power to bridle our whole body. Wow! Have the power to bridle our whole body. Do you know what that means? That means we can control our entire body, keeping it healthy. Wow! If I said this, before you jumpstart your lips, check your wine. Using the guidelines just provided, a much better way of saying it would be what? Hey there, are you ready to speak your mind? Take a moment to double check your wine before jump starting your tongue. It never hurts to make sure everything is in order, right? Here are a few possible benefits related to speaking well. Your food stays where it belongs instead of in your mouth. You will not have to have egg on your face. It keeps you away from the doghouse. You don't have to be apologetic all the time. You win a friend instead of making an enemy. It presents you as mature. No energy is wasted. You are not stewing over an offense. Your prayers get answered. Grace is added to your lips. Kings are literally in search for you. And you have no regrets. I am confident this has shed some light on effectively communicating and connecting with others in future discussions. Have a great day.